Good evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian Way. I hope you are well. My name is Martin. I'm your host. I'm joined by a very, very happy crew. Ozzy down at the Etihad right now, as you can see with the blue background. Are you trying to copy typical City? What are you doing here?
What?
Are you trying to copy Johnny? Johnny does that background.
Johnny, sorry.
Pat, good evening, mate. How are you?
Evening, Martin. Very happy to be here.
Pat's waiting for a certain someone to appear, whether he's got the balls to turn up. Good evening, Luke. Not in my lifetime. How are you, mate?
Oh, very good, mate. 5-0 win. Nunes masterclass. Absolutely beautiful day, mate. No win. Lovely.
Spot on. I'm going to put this up. There is a link there for Macy's Missions to just giving crowd that Andy 9320 podcast has been promoting all week across Twitter. There is going to be on the 14th minute a moment of applause for the sad loss of Mesa. Apparently, hopefully, I think a family are going to be there. I think the club have invited the family. So big up to the club for that, but big up to Andy for really plugging that this week. He really has pushed that out. It is a sad, sad story. Should never be lost at that. It's no age. It's no age. Children should not be leaving this earth that young. They just shouldn't be. So, yeah, big up. So, yeah, we will be promoting that massively here on the channel. Thank you, FIFA, for that. It is across the 9320 podcast group on Facebook as well. Good evening. There you go. Spam the Nunes comments. We're going to try and bring Alan out of hiding, whether he's got the balls. Alan has been quite offensive tonight because Alan's had a go at the City fans as well. I will read that out. I know. Yeah. Hello, fellow Treble winners and four-peat winners. Thank you, DC. How are you? Kathy is really watching you with an eye on BBC highlights. How dare you, Kathy? How dare you? How rude. We're not going to talk about Barcelona. Because, by the way, someone messaged me today, said, why do I hate company? I don't. Don't hate company. I'm talking as manager next. He's a City legend as a player, but it's far too soon as a manager. And you're seeing it now. That's all it is. And the problem is, he's been at Bayern for 3 months and people are already turning on him. I don't want that at City. That's my issue. I don't want it turned quicker than milk on him. That's not fair on him. And some fans will. And I'll explain why some fans will. Because some fans, is he here? Oh, I've got to do it. Is he here? Is he here? He's actually shown the balls to come on. I am way behind in chats. I know I am. I will come to everyone's super chats, memberships and everything because you're all legends. And they're never asked for, but they're always massively appreciated. And I promise you we will come to them. Can someone let Mark Fogg's here one sec before I bring him in? I need to do something for Mark Fogg because it is truly deserved. He does deserve it, and I need the chat to slow down before I can even do anything for Mark. But Mark, I'm going to make Mark a channel mod because I think the guy deserves it after all his gifting, all his really lovely contributions. And we've had a nice chat. So big up, Mark Fogg. Well deserved.
Martin, he bloody deserves the majority ownership in the channel.
Yeah, all right, calm down. Calm down. Whoa, hang on a minute. Spelling it out.
Come on, you know I'm right. Piss off. You know I'm right.
Oh, before we do, I'm going to bring Kelston in first.
Hey.
Good evening. How are you?
Hello, Joe.
Oh, so good. So good. That was awesome. I'm sorry.
We'll bring him in. Do I actually bring him in?
You have to. It's Alan. You have to.
Yeah, go on. Bring it on, misery guts. Come on.
He's to be here for the Alan coronation party.
Hey! Martin.
Yes.
What can you say? Nunes, what can you say? Superstar.
Don't even dare.
We want to hear everything you got to say.
Dare go down that road.
Hey, you should have, during the game, he's texting me about it. Oh, look at Nunes.
I think he got robbed as man of the match.
Before we get going, I'm just going to read you.
Who did he give as man of the match?
Foden.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
Not
fair
on
enough.
Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go to Holland, but
Right, this was Alan. City fans in Manchester are very weak.
Well, it was
Explain yourself.
MCL again.
Explain yourself, Alan. Why are City fans in Manchester weak? Explain yourself.
Because they didn't go to the game. MC6 everywhere.
And you think you're in a position to critique that, given you're over 10,000 miles away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
throw
man.
stones.
Yeah, I know. Well, you should be firmly understand what's going on. Seriously.
You'll start criticizing the attendance at the bloody White Lion in Whitefield, won't you?
The White Horse in Walsall.
White Horse, yeah.
Yeah, White Horse in Walsall. The Goats Gate in Whitefield. Yeah.
I don't know why you do it, Alan, sometimes. But, Alan, before we get going, I'm going to let you have 1 minute where you can openly apologise, properly this time, to the great Mateus Nunes, who
He
you
did
slagged off and said was a tram driver to everyone.
Yeah, he is a tram driver. Well, he came off the tram, went on the pitch, and he performed for the first time in a City shirt. Mind you, it only was Sparta Prague, which is Division 2 team.
Hang on, is that on anyone's bingo card? Right, we're going to start ticking these as we're going. There's one. Right, thank you. There's one.
You're off the mark. You're off the mark. Actually, hang on.
He played well. I was actually having a bet to see if
Sorry, there's
Martin
two, actually.
was if Martin was in
I forgot about tram driver. There's two. Keep going.
Yeah.
You're doing well. You've almost got the full tic-tac-toe, mate. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay. Well, was Martin inside the ground when he scored his penalty?
Yes.
As well. Were you?
I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh, so you were leaving, yeah?
Well, where was you when he scored the penalty, Al?
Oh, I was in the Imperial, mate, watching the game.
Oh, 10,000 miles away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can put your hand in your pocket.
Oh, fair dues, mate. I asked him to, if he played, he's to take his chance. And to be fair, he did. He did take his chance. But it's about bloody time, it's taken nearly 2 years.
Well, Alan, this week you said company for City manager and Nunes was a tram driver. And at the moment you're 2 for 2 in the L column.
Mate, don't be a traitor to company. I saw your text.
I'm not. I think he's a great
Don't be a traitor.
legend.
Do not be a traitor to company. Support the guy. Being a traitor now.
Oh, is this the Bavarian way we're on? Sorry, what's going on?
Let's get into it. So 5-0, of course. I am going to throw the comments because there's so many people. You're all legends, and I'm way behind. There's 300 of you in the comments already. Thank you. Before we even get going, big up to Bella, gifted a membership. Thank you so much, mate. Your kind generosities all the time now. Really is appreciated. Ryan, cheers, mate, has renewed his membership for a month as well. Another legend. Damesh, 17 months. You and others are the benchmark. That's how long we've been going for the memberships. Louis has renewed his membership for a 9th month. Thank you so much. Belly, and then has gifted another membership. So that's 2 in total today. Thank you so much. You made Pep happy.
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
But also, DC, so kind of you with your $9.99. Thank you so much. And just quite clearly put, Nunes. That's for his 2 assists and his 1 goal.
Against the Robin Hood pub.
I have also got a little bit of news today as well. I will just. This is what I got after the game tonight in the City changing room. There was an emotional moment when the team and Pep put a video together for Phil after what's been going on in his life recently, and there was also a round of applause, standing ovation for Nunes when he came back into the dressing room.
oh,
Fair enough.
So don't tell us we're not a club that cares, because we are. Care a lot more than people realise. And I've got some other bits that I will say for the Twitter space. But let's get into it. Yeah, I'm going to start ladies first. So we're going to start with Alan. No, I'm joking. We're going to start with Belster. What did you think of the game then overall? What did you think of the starting 11? Because there was a few changes.
Well, it's Pep, so I saw Foden in there, and it kind of looked like he was on the wing, and I was like, "What's going on?" But I'd been kind of really wanting that. I wanted Gundo at the 6 and Nunez in the midfield, and I'd say we kind of got that. But I just really wanted to see that combination because I've been wanting some pace in the midfield. So I had no complaints about it. I was a little surprised Bernardo was in there, just because I feel like he's been playing a lot and. There's been some commentary about his performances this year, but I was happy with it. Yasko needed a rest, so he got his rest. Really happy to see Ake back and happy to see Akanji back in there. And I'm glad Stones is healthy because I think that's going to be a key to our season is having a healthy Stones. So yeah, no complaints in the lineup. I didn't have any complaints about the game. I know the first half was a little nervy, but they really had that low block going, and there's just not much you can do about it. I know Twitter had a little bit of a meltdown, but it's Twitter. When don't they? So, yeah, I thought it was – then the second half was fantastic. So I had to miss kind of part of it because I started my work shift, which I'm kind of doing in the background. But like I said, it's very slow right now. So, and hopefully my boss is not watching this.
Say you have no fans. We're not big, so your boss won't be watching.
None of my well, okay. The only person who is on my team who's actually working right now, she doesn't have a team. So, but her kid is obsessed, and I was actually visiting her over the weekend. She lives in another state. First thing she messaged me is like, "I have to pick up my son, but Barcelona won." They're Polish, so they love Lewandowski. So they're all thrilled about Lewandowski scoring a goal today and Barcelona winning. And I'm just like, whatever. Obviously, not part of the Bayern Munich way. So.
Luke, I mean, Craig makes a great point. By the way, Champions League history tonight, the longest unbeaten European Champions League record ever in 110 years, 26 games.
More than United, which is better.
Is there a record City don't break?
Do you know what, right? The more I think about it, I mean, look, the Invincible record obviously is the one that's obviously there that we probably have yet to do. The problem with the Invincible record is that it comes down to purely just keep going, and even when we're not playing well, you find a way to get a draw or you get the win. So it's possible, this team. I think mentally, this team can do it. I mean, Wolves proved it. Didn't play, won most of the game, but found a way. Got 2 good goals out of it. So I think we have. I think in Europe we've been unbelievable. I mean, it was that Madrid, quarter-final home game where it just didn't really work out and the goals just didn't come. Penalty was a bit awful. It would probably be gone further and probably actually won it again. So I actually think this team has it all to do. I can't wait to see, especially Nunez as well, how far he can go this season.
Well, we were invincible in that Champions League run and nobody talks about it.
It's City, that's why.
Because it's an overrated statistic.
Yeah. Ozzy, Pat, Alan, go on, anyone. Jump in, what did you think? Because Ortega started. By the way, did anyone have Ortega? Because I actually said Ortega would start this one.
Yeah,
I've got a feeling Ortega is going to become the Champions League keeper. I don't know why.
I didn't expect it, but I'm not surprised.
I think he will for these kind of games, but I don't think he's starting in against PSG or Juventus.
What I will say is he did concede his first shot, like Edison does. He pushed it around the post. Usually, when Edison plays, he concedes the first shot against us.
Yeah, but that's not Edison's fault most of the time, is it, man? It's usually because we get dispossessed back in midfield with 2 defenders and they're playing rapid on the counter. Can't be Edison's fault. It can't be Edison's fault all the time. But look, anyway, mate, it is reassuring to have a clean sheet, isn't it? So,
massively, massively,
yep,
massively.
Look, as I said, I was surprised to see Ortega in there, but I was also perfectly fine with it because we know the quality of keeper that Ortega is. Absolutely no problems at all. Just going around the lineup, I was happy to see Nathan Ake back. I thought he was a little bit rusty in that. He showed glimpses of being a little bit rusty in the first half, particularly when he had to backtrack a little bit. But besides that, going forward, he was in the similar sort of positions that Gvardiol was in too. So, you know, when you look at Ake and Gvardiol, you're basically looking at almost a cut of the same cloth. Only difference is, I think Nathan Ake is a more well-rounded defender. Gvardiol is still a good defender, but he just offers something extra in addition going forward. So it's the best of both worlds, really. So, you know, I was perfectly happy with whether it was Ake or whether it was Gvardiol, and Ake, you know, passed the game with flying colours. So I'm really happy with that as well too. From the get-go, it looked like we were going out there to play at a much better tempo than we had over the last couple of weeks. As I said before, Rico Lewis starting is a big key to that as well. And then Nunes, you know, again, you know, he was showing from the get-go, he was showing playing at a good tempo. I was happy, and the link-up play he was doing that left-hand side with Bernardo was really, really good too. Just like that final product to Haaland and any attackers in the middle. Foden took his goal really well. I've got to give credit to the pass from Akanji, because the timing of the pass was exquisite, because he was able to get in behind those two attackers that were blocking sort of the passing lanes for Akanji, and basically just found the space and just, you know, slots it in right-hand corner. It was a great goal. And at that time, I felt like, if Sparta's going to, you know, Prague's going to concede a goal like that early on, then I thought the floodgates were going to open. But, you know, they do what we expected them to do, 2 banks of 5, and did make it a little bit difficult for us. It was difficult to break them down, but, you know, in that second half, I mean, we just sort of laid a trap for them, and they just fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So it was a tale of 2 halves, but 2 halves that, you know, worked out well, despite the fact that they were played in a different sort of tempo, a different sort of way. So I cannot downplay any sort of, you know, performance from the guys today. I thought they were good. And, you know, you could talk about saying, it's only Sparta Prague, but hey, they were on the same amount of points as we were before this game. So, you know, they're no slouches. They've had results, you know, the first 2 fixtures. So you got to beat what's in front of you. And I think we did. And yeah, look, can't complain, mate. Can't complain. And hopefully we can take this sort of form and the way we're playing into the weekend, because I think Southampton's going to be an important one, given the matches that our opposition have against each other.
Nunes is starting that game for sure.
Alan Nunes is running up the stairs. I'll say
that's my Scouse mate, who's just come back from the West Sundays. He's a Liverpool fan.
I'll say got nothing to do with Alan, what he had about everything editing as a problem. Sort yourself out. Alan's entitled to his opinion as well. He might not always agree. Yeah,
I have no problems with Ortega playing.
Great to win, even though it's a mid-table championship standard team. But please let's get some respected. Southampton will be hard and will slag City off, if not 5 up at half time. Right, I need to, Ozzy, what did you think of before? Because I do need to come into this, because there's something I'm going to bring up in a minute. Before I do that, I'm missing so much here because everyone's flying. There's over 308 people, and I do appreciate this. Mark Fogg, you didn't need to do it, mate, but you've done it again. It's gifted 10 memberships again. It's every week, mate. You are really a legend, and you don't need to do it. We've not made you a mod for that, mate. You've done it because you are a proper gentleman, and it will be an honour to have a part with you at some point, as I've said to you in the email. Same with anyone who wants to. I will buy you a drink and chat. As renewed for a 7th month. Now, ignore what Tone says. I don't need to have photographs and photos. Ignore that.
We have a guest. We have a guest.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah.
It's my cat. She's been.
And then Luke has gifted $4.99 as he's making his long journey home.
Whoa.
Mate.
I don't know what kind of cartoons you guys had in the 80s, but I think you guys
never made me watch Rainbow again. I didn't tell you to put Rainbow on, Luke. You put Rainbow on your own. I didn't tell you to put it on.
You guys are deprived children.
So much.
It's the key man and the masters of the universe.
Now you know why Alan's the way he is. Belly has gifted his 3rd membership of the night. Thank you so much, mate. Pep.
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
See, FIFA's put, I was hoping Carson. One day, mate, your Carson dream is going to come true. And then MCFC has put 5-0. Exactly. Ozzy, go, mate.
So I missed the first half due to work. I didn't get back until second half. I know.
You didn't miss anything.
Well, I need to say that, Alan. When I heard the lineup and saw it, I was pleased. Obviously, that Nunez was going to get the full 90 by the looks of it. I was pleased that Ake was back because he's been one of our best defenders over the last few years, and I just think we've got such a great line of defenders. We've probably got the best load of defenders in any team, in any football team right now. I just think we're so blessed compared to you go back about 4-5 seasons where we were screaming out for defenders because we didn't have them, injured or we didn't buy. So I think we've got an amazing crop of defenders right now. When it came to Rico Lewis, to be honest, I didn't think he deserved his starting place because I don't think he had a good game against Wolves. I don't think he's been particularly great for most of the start of this season. But on that, and he pulled it up tonight. He did really well. And again, a lot of people will say, yeah, it's Sparta, as Alan said, a bit of a pub team. I wouldn't go that far, but I do think, he needed to turn up tonight. He needed to show what he could do, and he did amazingly well. I think I still worry about the midfield. I don't think Bernardo Silva has been brilliant. I don't think he was bad tonight, but I don't think he's been brilliant throughout the season so far. And Gundo still, for me, he's playing way too many games. His form just hasn't appeared since coming back to City. And I just worry that I think some City fans are going to get carried away with this 5-0 tonight and think we're going to walk into Southampton and it'll be a walkover. Well, I don't think it will. I think we've got to be realistic right now. Yes, it was a good game tonight. A lot of players stepped up, but let's be honest, they only stepped up in that second half. I think we were poor in that first half from what I've heard and from what I've seen in the highlights. So, yeah, I don't think this is time to get carried away. I think it's been brilliant that we've been able to win games and we are where we are. It's probably our rough patch of the season, maybe. That's what we can look at it right now. But I still think Pep's got a lot to do and a lot to solve. He was not happy from all accounts when he went in at half time. He was actually raging as he was going into the tunnel. So
I just think we didn't move the opposition around in the first half. They were in a bank of 5 and 4 in front, and we didn't move them around at all. We didn't pass the ball quick enough. I think Gundo has not been bought to play 90 minutes every single game. He's been bought to come on for 20 minutes in games, and he's been forced the issue because of injuries in midfield. I think the only reason Bernardo played tonight is because we haven't got any legs in midfield. Foden's only just come back and looked a bit more of himself tonight than he has done for ages. I just think that Bernardo's having to shoehorn players in to get legs because our midfield is very slow, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you, Alan. I think I was hoping that during the international break, Pep was going to really have a good think about life without Rodri for a year and properly kind of look at how he wants that midfield to look.
I think he's going to.
And I still don't think he's done it.
I think he has to go out in the market and get someone there, mate. He has to wait till January to do that because
you've still got that's still a couple of months away yet. We've still got some big games in ahead of us. I just think, you've got to solve this problem. You can't just moan that we haven't got him. That's it. We haven't got him the rest of the season into next year. So it's get on with it.
Well,
the first half was like it was pretty boring, obviously, admit. Until we scored the second, they opened them up a little bit because until then, we used to agree.
But this is the point no one's understanding with this. When you look at the first half, it was different to the second. Because I do think we were probing. I do think we were trying. Savio was having a field day down the right-hand side. The problem is when you got a flat back 10, people look at the flat back 10 like it's easy. It's Sparta Prague and you rock up and you walk through them.
I'm not saying it's easy, mate. I'm not saying
it's arrogance that Sparta Prague rock up, destroy.
Martin, even though they went 1-0 down after 3 minutes, they stayed in their shape. The only time they came out of the shape,
but it's not easy to get in and around, Alan. That's my point.
No, Martin, but I think what my concern is that the lack of chances that were created really in that first half from what I've heard. And to be fair,
their keeper made some really good saves too.
You see, Ozzy, with due respect, you just said you not watched it.
Yeah, no, and I'm only going on what I've heard, and I'm going from what I saw.
Their keeper made 3-4 saves.
He made some insane. Everybody turned into prime Buffon against us.
The trouble is, I know what you're doing. You're looking at Twitter, and the problem is, Twitter's become a cesspool of owning at the minute. Because people on Twitter who's not, because why we were arguing, we're like, I don't know what game you're watching. I started scrolling Twitter at half time, and I'm like, I'm at a different game.
Bad idea.
If I watch something different here.
Martin, I've got to go, mate, because of work. So I'm
no worries, mate. Speak to you in a bit. And that's not. I don't think we were bad first half. I just think it's not easy to get in around the back 10. And if you look when that second goal went in, that's when it did become easy. It wasn't City didn't step up. City was stepping up. The problem is Sparta had to open up at that point. It was we're just going to go, and that's what happens when teams open up against us. If you go back to last season, Everton were coming to flat back 10. Arsenal flat back 10. Everyone's just flat back taking. You can't get around. Grealish is injured. KDB is not fit. Doku's injured. We had nobody. It's why we named only 6 or 7 players out of 12 on a bench. We've got nobody now. We've got 6 injuries. We are literally at bare bones at the moment. So he had no other option. So I just, it's like there was some guy on Twitter who walked out at half time because it was boring. And I'm sorry, his ass smacked for it by people. If people are walking out at half time because 1-0 up against Sparta Prague is boring, then I said it, I'm scared to where our fan base is going for the future. I'm genuinely scared.
Yeah, I mean,
George also mad as well, right? I think the guy's an older fan as well. So it wasn't the fact
he is. He's the main road.
Which is mad.
And I'm not saying you have to be, but I said it. And the trouble is, he's made himself look a right idiot by the end now. I think I understand people looking at Sparta Prague, Wolves, and they'll do it on Saturday. They'll do it. They'll go Southampton, bottom of the league, easy. Everyone will do it.
No, they're going to come in at the
I promise you, if Russell Martin does, we'll talk about more tomorrow night, if he does what he's been doing all season, they will get smacked 6-0.
They will.
So what he'll do is he'll go to a flat back 10 again. And the trouble is, we're just back to a brick wall again. And this is the problem. I know people want all this, but I wish the best thing actually, now I heard it on LB's actually coming back. Thought it was LB or someone else. Someone said if a flat back 10 didn't work, teams wouldn't do it.
I think we have to mentally be prepared for a flat back 10 for basically every game of the season outside of like Spurs, maybe Chelsea, and maybe Liverpool. It is a clear blueprint, and I think we're just going to be seeing a lot of it. So the sooner we get prepared for it mentally, the easier it'll be. But yeah, I'm fully expecting them. Southampton on Saturday. Low block.
It wouldn't surprise me if they score first, because recently in league games we've always conceded first, haven't we? Recently, it was obviously happened on Saturday, but it's often a common occurrence. Then all of a sudden we have to go for a back 10, and we get the equaliser, then get the goal. So probably one of those games we'll have to sort of fight a bit, then we might win.
And Luke, given the result they had against Leicester, and this has been, they've conceded late, I think, in quite a few matches this season so far. So you can tell like the squad that they've got is I think there is still quite a lot in that squad that have come up from the Championship, and obviously it's a huge step up to the Premier League. The way that they play, they do seem like they play for only about 75 minutes, and then after that, they just really struggle to get through to the 90 minutes, basically. So, you know, it's one of those games where we could probably even go for an hour just dealing with the low block, and then sooner or later, they're eventually going to open up. But, yeah, we'll probably discuss this more in Thursday night chat, but with Southampton, you just think that if we're able to get a result, sorry, not get a result, but score in the first 10 minutes, you pretty much can know what the result's going to be.
Do you know what's really weird though? Because I know Alan does it, and again, I get why fans do it. I get it. Because you're looking at all the records and you're going 26 games here, 31 games there, top goal scorers there. And again, you look at the scores tonight. Lille have gone to Atletico Madrid and beat them 3-1. Inter Milan have only beaten Young Boys 1-0. We slapped them 5-6 or whatever it was. And this is the thing. I think, to me, if you are in the Champions League, you're a good team.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you're in the Champions League, you're fighting to be in that top 8 or top 24. You're going to be a half decent team because we're not in a group stage of a group of 4 anymore. We're in a group of 30 odd where we're all fighting with each other.
So that makes a difference.
Yeah, I think it makes a major difference.
Villa's in first.
Teams are playing different. Teams are playing very different now.
Yeah, I can see your point. That does make a lot more sense. It
I
has opened up the competition.
I hate the new format, but that's me.
Lille also beat Real Madrid. So they're no slouches.
Yeah.
Very Super League, Champions League. Very Super League-esque.
Aren't they sitting 11th or something in the table, Real Madrid?
Well, Bayern Munich, and this is someone's going to have a dig at me and say, I've already got Bayern Munich are like 23rd out of 24th at the minute.
Right, I'm pulling up the table.
It is. I mean, some of the names are 12 now. But no, let's kick on to it. So obviously, Foden, typical Foden, 3 minutes in. Well, a bit less than 3 minutes. I mean, the smile on the guy's face just says it all. Today, to me, it looked like Foden looked like a weight was off his shoulders today.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Martin, give credit to the pass from Akanji as well, too, as I mentioned, because you look at the pass, Foden takes that ahead of the 2 men that were marking Akanji as well, too. That created the space, bang, 1-0 on our way.
I thought Akanji was good as well tonight, by the way.
From what I saw of the highlights, am I right? Foden had a similar chance just before the goal where he couldn't quite get round the defender and lost the ball. But it was that kind of learnt pattern of behaviour where he knew that what he needed to do, and he looked around each shoulder. I think it was like 3 times for the actual goal, where he knew he had that chance to that pocket where what he was looking for. So it shows that he's just wasn't an easy goal. He's always thinking, and I think that's one of the things that I think a lot of commentators have said about Foden is that his football brain is probably the best in any England player that's ever been, because he's just football. He can see the pitch 360. He's just an amazing player, and I think he showed that quality tonight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I do think you're right, Pat. I think the Akanji thing was, and I understand it was a little bit, it's one of them. Do you know when you concede early in a game, it can be to your detriment? I think sometimes when you score early on in a game, you think, oh, here we go, steamroll time. And I think that does mentally, you go, oh, we've scored in within 2-3 minutes, right? I'm going to get another one in the next 4 minutes, and then we'll get another one. And you think you're just going to snowball a little bit. And I just think second half, like I said, I don't know what Pep was upset at. I've read on some are saying he was upset at Sabinho, others said he was upset at the opponents. Someone said he was upset at the fans. I don't know. I don't know what he was fully upset at afterwards. And the thing is with Pep, you are never going to know what he was upset at. He's never going to come out and properly tell you.
I really don't think it was a terrible half. I just think it was very frustrating because they had a crazy low block and their keeper made like some insane saves. But I think people were just freaking out to freak out. It wasn't that bad. I mean, there was a couple of misplaced passes. Gundo had a really bad one that I was annoyed
I think
with.
it's edgy now to freak out a bit. I think everyone's like, it's a bit edgy to freak out on this at the minute.
Everyone's doing it.
Is that what I'm doing, Martin? Am I being edgy?
No. The thing with you, Ozzy, I'm not you. You're at a bit disadvantaged because you can only read what is on social media. And the trouble is, that's where the more eccentric views probably are. I'll put it. You don't get a true reflection sometimes across social media. That's the problem.
No, and I was slightly worried because I watched the Wolves game, and I was worried that we brought that game into the first half. I still think there are possibly elements of that just hangover that crept in. But for me, second half was just so much better. Yeah.
Right, were you talking about Savio just then?
Sorry, Pat, I didn't quite hear that.
Were you talking about Savio just then? Sorry.
Hi.
No, just talking about the first half, mate.
Yeah, okay. No, I wasn't too sure how I felt about Savio, especially in that first half. People said he had a really good game, and yeah, I think he did. He was trying to make something. There were a couple of times that I felt like he was just trying a little bit too hard, but he nearly made up for it with that beautiful run where he cut in and then sort of scuffed his shot. Like I was just like urging that shot to go in, but not to be. It was weird because just when I thought he was playing really, really well, then he'd go and do something where he'd just try a little bit too hard, or the frustrating one was like that one where I think we're 3 or 4-0 up, and we're on the counter and we're absolutely bombing through, and then Haaland's just ahead of him, and then Nunez has just come running through as fast as Haaland was, and he's decided to put his laces through it, and the defenders just blocked it. When if he just pushed that ball forward to his forward and left, Haaland and Nunez were lining up to put it away. So that was just a little bit frustrating. But it was a seesaw thing for me. I felt like just when you thought he did something really good, he'd do something that was a bit, you're a bit frustrated by, but then he'd make up for it by creating another really good play. So I don't know how I felt about Savio today.
I thought it was great first half. Go on, Luke. Just want to read this out. It was sat behind it.
I was going to say, I think Savio's like little bit of skill, then going around across into Haaland's goal. I thought it was brilliant. I mean, the amount of times that he does that, but doesn't always come off. When that starts coming off a lot more consistently, you'll start seeing him get more knocked out. But Savio, once he gets and understands that he needs to start using that skill set at the right times, obviously in Champions League and also the Premier League, you'll start seeing that get a lot more goals and assists. I think with him, it's just about getting this team bending in. But next season, you'll still see him really come to his own. But
Look, it's the adjustment. I think when he realizes that you're not going to get anywhere near as much space as you did in your Girona days, then once he accepts that, then he'll be able to adapt his game for.
One thing I will say, I do get what you and Luke are saying there. I know when Savio, I thought he was amazing at beating his man. It was that final ball,
the final product,
yeah.
But everybody was to blame for that in the first half. Nunez's crosses weren't quite on it. Bernardo's, balls that he tried to put in from the byline weren't quite there as well. So yeah, everybody was to blame for that first half a little bit, I suppose. But
I think
you look at the first half, and it might have been a bit of a low block, but in the end, I think we're all round. Everybody was relatively well disciplined as well.
But you need to get a channel. I was going to say that you need to get a channel then. Go on, Kelso. We all need to get Kelso a channel.
No.
You do it.
I'm happy ranting on Twitter. That's good for me.
100%. But you do. Yeah, I do think we'll finish in the top 8. And 100%, I do. Because I think we'll beat Feyenoord. I think we'll beat. Sporting Lisbon.
I think if we beat our remaining 3, Martin, I think we're through.
I do think we'll beat Juventus away. Juventus away seems to be really struggling at the minute. Juve struggling.
Juve are a shadow of what they were, from pre-COVID.
Juve are a name, and I don't mean that. They are a name. You know what Juventus are a little bit? They remind me of they are like the Man United of Italy.
Yeah,
they're like Juventus. You know what I mean? That team that was once great, and they're trying to get.
We got some Americans on their team. Hey.
Will you stop? Yeah, right, Perv, you, with these men. Stop it. Get in the calendar. You want me to tell you what? I'll have a chat with Tone, because Tone's a man in the know. Yeah, Craig's here. Craig, we need to get Hugo Viana a signed photo for Kelsa. Send it over. Signed photo from Hugo Viana.
Ooh.
Martin is
I have
telling
no
me
objections. I'll pick it up next time I come to Manchester, which I'm trying to plan for about.
For some reason, Matt comes in here and just.
When are you hoping to go, Kel?
Well, mate.
August or September of next year.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
I'll communicate with you. Don't worry.
Yeah. No,
What he
100%.
Ale bastardo presna. I don't even think. Go on.
Put that. That's not a nice word.
But yeah, you had to put a bastard, I think. Or
Puta is not a nice word. Oh, he's calling him a girl too. Where's that puta? I said puto.
Apparently, he said bastards press, you fuckers. There you go.
No, don't show that to the Americans.
You're getting better, Martin. I can't lie.
So, Craig in the posh seats. Candy, obviously works for the club. I will say it, and obviously, then second half started, no changes, but we've got to talk about the Mr. Haaland, who, if I did that, I would now be in a full body cast.
A&E.
Yeah.
I mean, I have got a sweet.
Does he be your nurse?
Oh, good. He has no right to even get anywhere near
That's
that.
a scary thought, Pat. Please.
Someone tell me how he even gets that.
I've seen that sweet left foot. It ain't that sweet anymore.
No, but what goes into Haaland's head to even attempt this?
Very Zlatan as well. The goal, very Zlatan-esque, the way he sort of hits that as well.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's something Zlatan would ever go at. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was very similar to the Dortmund goal he scored.
I mean, it was an upgrade from that. Like,
I don't think
able to get that much
the
pace on
Dortmund
it,
goal,
but also slam it hard enough into the ground that it was just going to bounce and lob over the keeper. Like, it was power and placement for a shot that shouldn't exist. Really, the average Sunday footballer would never attempt to do that. And to be able to do that, where you're able to hit it hard enough to basically craft it over the keeper,
I was calling it a reverse bicycle.
Kung Fu Viking.
I was calling it a reverse bicycle, but my friend just chimed in and said he calls it a flying upright scorpion kick. I was like,
I love the way Case, but I'd have pulled my groin. You'd have done a lot more than pulled your groin if you're doing that.
Lateral scorpion kick.
Lateral scorpion.
Was it a scorpion or was it just kung fu?
Scorpion, bicycle scorpion.
I don't even know how he even tries to even do it. Well, yeah, 42 goals in 41 games in the Champions League.
Was it 44 and 42? I thought two different things now. It's 44 apparently.
The guy is just, and it was a lovely ball. Savinio with the assist was a lovely ball in. He hits it. I just don't know how he even does it. The smile on his face says it all. And then 10 minutes later, he's through again. By a certain, John Stones scores. I forgot the John Stones one. Through Mateus Nunes, who got his first assist of the evening. Got all jump at once there.
Alan's not here, so we just can't get worked up about it.
Well, we'll go through them all then if you want. And then obviously, 4 minutes later, Nunes gets his second assist for a certain Erling Haaland. Great run by Rico Lewis. Through Sabio, ball through to Nunes. Nunes with a nice quick thinking pass through to Haaland. And an easy finish. And then obviously the penalty at the end. Haaland had gone off, but I thought it was lovely that Nunes got the opportunity. Got to say, Nunes can hit a penalty.
Yeah. He can.
He can hit a
penalty. Shield too.
I'm still getting over that penalty hitting the Community Shield. That thing was... He rifled that. And that wasn't too far off either, that one this evening.
The match stats from the game, there was 22 shots to Sparta Prague 5, 10 shots on target, 1, 3 both off target. City had 9 block shots, 1. I think a lot of them were in the first half. City had 80% possession. Sparta had 20% possession. Their goalie made 5 saves. Edison made 1. Ortega made 1, which is in the first half. City had 7 corners to Sparta's 1. What did you make of the substitutions? Thought McAtee and O'Reilly did very well when they came on. Thought McAtee had a really good 20-odd minutes.
Yep.
Definitely.
Both of them are unlucky not to score.
Yeah, he was really unlucky not to score.
Injured.
You just wanted the goalkeeper just don't rush out. Just don't let him have the goal. But no, he had to ruin it.
Let him have the goal. Just let him have it.
Yeah.
You've already lost, like, you know.
The amount of I got here watching it. Very true.
Is Wright injured? Mine. Jacob Wright.
He's got a knock. I think he's got a slight knock. Grealish apparently had cold flu symptoms at the weekend. So I don't know if anyone noticed he was popping tablets when he was sat at the Wolves game. He was sat having tablets.
Yeah.
And someone said he had a bit of a cold, like flu symptoms. Then someone said, no, it's a niggle. Doku, I don't know where that's come from. De Bruyne is injured. Well, he is fit, but he's not pain-free. I also know he was dealing with, and this is what I was going to ask Craig if he did anything about it. He is dealing with that burglary he had in Belgium last year, because apparently they've now caught the person recently, so he was dealing with that. Foden, obviously, things gone on off outside, which we know about. I'm trying to think if there's any other injuries. And then there's obviously the Rodri one. Ake's back. I think at the minute, it's just we've got a few out. But I don't think anyone's long-term. There's only Rodri long-term and Bob. Everyone else is sort of... You wouldn't surprise me if KDB rocked up Saturday.
No. But
I don't think he'll play.
It's a matter of
We're
when...
in a position right now where Kevin can't play with slight niggles or knocks or, cortisone injections. That I think he knows and the medical team know that he has to be 100% to play even close to 100%. Or he has to be 100% even just to have an okay game. You just can't take the risk anymore of play one game and then run the risk of him not being able to play for the next 3 or 4. You can't go one step forward and then take 2 or 3 steps back. We just need to be careful with his game management now. Even if we're in a position where, look, I wouldn't feel comfortable if he played every 3 days. But if he became once a week player, I'm okay with that. And if he played 2 games over the course of a week and then you let him rest for another week, I'm perfectly fine with that. You need to protect the man, because if you're able to get him at peak fitness and peak match fitness to the point of where he can still be crucial to you getting those points, getting those 3 points over 1 point, or getting 1 point over no points, then I am absolutely happy with that. I have absolutely no problem with it. Wrap the man in cotton wool, protect him at all costs, because when you got him at your best, that could be the difference between winning the title or not in May.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I have a feeling that KDB will lead in the season. I'm not sure. I have a feeling this will be his last season. I'm not sure if that's rumours right or not, but the way it's going, it seems like it's going to be his last season. I'm not sure about them right in thinking that or not.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't think KDB will leave at the end, sadly. I think it's a way on. SOS criticise the ones that left to go. We've just done that one. Belly, thank you for another super chat again, mate. Thank you. Gifted membership. That is 3 or 4 tonight already. Thank you so much, mate. You are a superstar. We also got something from Luke, City Luke TV, who did send this because he couldn't be on the show, but he wanted to send this. So big love to City Luke.
Now then, Blues, a routine performance in the Champions League as City roll over Sparta Prague, and quite a few goals in that game. Obviously, Erling Haaland with 2, and but you were all wrong about Mateus Nunes. Told you it'll come good, and for me, a man of the match performance from him tonight. He was absolutely incredible, just all over the pitch, winning battles. 2 assists and then a penalty goal, so can't complain with him. He will come good. Obviously, it gives Pep another headache now, but solid performance from the boys tonight. Good goal difference to add to the Champions League table. and another 3 points for the league table as well. But solid performance, happy with that. And then, hopefully now we can use that performance to push on for Southampton at the weekend. Obviously, very eye-opening that when we start to play quick passes that we get goals. So come on, City.
There you go. That's Luke. Who's showing his back. No. So thank you, Luke, for that. Go and show him a lot of love, City Luke TV. Who was your man of the match tonight, Pat?
Nunes. Honourable mention to Phil as well.
Ozzy?
Yeah, I think I'm on a similar line with Pat. I think Nunes, he put in that performance, deserved that man of the match. Foden, it was great to see him back at his kind of peak best. And I can understand why he got it, but Nunes put in that shift. He showed that he deserves to start more games, and hopefully this is him kicking on and making more of a regular appearance. So yeah.
Good man. Calster, who was your man of the match?
I got to give it to Nunes. I mean, thought he was really good. He finally took his chance. But I like Holland too, because that goal was just insane. Like, he's not human.
No, he isn't. He absolutely isn't. Luke?
Full house, Nunes. I thought tonight he was unbelievable. Just all over the pitch, just 2 good assists, good penalty. He did his job tonight, and I really hope this is the start of him to get more game time, because I think he deserves it now. I think someone like him in that midfield is really important. It's it's someone else to have who can offer something different to other midfielders in the team. I'm so pleased for him. He deserves it.
Yeah, I think you'll let us know your man of the match in the comments. Do you know what I liked about Nunes? And I said this on LB's on the way back. I find Grealish, the biggest debate on Grealish is to control him. Doku is to attack him, as in, no control, and he's all go, go, go. Mm-hmm. I look at Nunes on that left wing and I think, could you imagine Nunes on the left and Oscar Bob on the right? It'd be like the 2 perfect wingers that Pep would want. It's like both of them have got that combination of attacking speed and goal, but that control when they have to do it. And I just find Nunes a sort of combo of Doku and Grealish. And I find Oscar Bob, now Oscar Bob's a bit of a harder one because we haven't seen him properly yet, but he seems to be a combo between Doku and Savio where you can get them both into there. I don't know. I just, listen, you are right. It's only one game. If Nunes plays on Saturday, and I think he should, if he doesn't play on Saturday, I think there's something wrong there. But he's got to take his chance again. He can't roll out on Saturday against Southampton and drop and be absolutely crap. No. He's got to now carry it on. So that's what he's got to do. But I thought John Stones was magnificent tonight. I think he's a Rolls Royce. He's got goals in him. I think we look tighter. I thought Ake was good when he come back today. It's nice that we got Josko a little bit of a rest as well. Thought Savio was really good and direct and some lovely crosses. I thought Rico was very good tonight. I thought Foden was back to, not his best, but he's sort of there. On the I'm not looking at anyone tonight and thinking you were bad. No. I don't look at anyone and think they were bad tonight. First half,
everyone was average or above average. Yeah.
I think that's part of Sparta Prague's game plan. And I think we're just going to have to get used to the fact we're not going to dominate teams for 90 minutes at times. Like I was talking to someone, I won't mention their name, but they were like, oh, this football's boring. I'd rather lose than watch this. And I get it. I know this is what do you know what it is? And people are going to find this shocking. Sorry. I've got Luke messaging me while I'm live, then ringing me. Where was I now? Do you know what it is? I go back to, and people won't remember this, but I remember I did a bit of research into Pep at Bayern. And I go back to his last few months at Bayern. And there were some Bayern fans who were a bit uneasy with Pep by the end. Believe it or not, there was. And the biggest criticism was the football's boring. I'm bored of it. That was only 2 years. I do think there are some City fans, some, not all, a smaller majority, that have now grown tired of the control passing football. And I think some are ready for something new. Me, I'm one of them. I'll win every day of the week, all performances. Listen, I'm very old school. I'm Brian Clough. No one remembers the performances. Brian Clough's famous saying was, you can have no shots for 89 minutes. The opposition has all the ball and all the shots. You have one shot in the 90th minute and win 1-0. There's only one thing that matters.
Facts.
And I know it's old school, I know it's thing, but to me, I've said it, Arsenal played sexy football for 2 years. They won jack shit. Liverpool played sexy football for 2 years. They won a Carabao Cup. And they won a Champions League. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But
it's Arsenal, mate. The scary scintillating top of the league, champions elect.
There are reasons we do it. And I'm sorry, I know people don't like it, but how can you not like? You don't score 90 goals or 100 goals every season. You don't get 90-odd points year after year because your football's boring.
No.
And Haaland's a tap-in merchant.
Yeah, you don't have a striker who scores 50 goals a season because we're crap. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
It's always you.
Well, it's boring
Martin,
because the other
dinosaur.
team doesn't play. Like we can't do anything if they're just going to put 11 men in the box. Like I get that it's boring, but like nobody wants to play us. They're all scared to death, so they just low block us. And
Exactly.
I'm just happy we're getting results. I mean, I'd prefer pretty football, but I also prefer 3 points. So
Yeah,
I'll take 3 points no matter how ugly it is.
Brian Clough said it. If football was meant to be played in the air, he'd put grass up there.
Yep. And possession means nothing anyway. If you can't put the ball back in the net, I couldn't care if we had like 100% possession. If you can't put the ball back in the net past the other team more than they do, they win the game. So that's how it works.
He does that. So
exactly.
He's barely had any tap-ins this season too. So that agenda can go away.
I mean, he's not scoring stabbings. He's trying to rip every orifice out of his body when he's scoring goals like that tonight. Listen, I get it. It's your opinion, but this, always here. Here he goes. What do you want?
Hello.
What do you want?
Just thought I'd join. You do it for me all the time, so how are we doing?
I'm fine, mate. How are you?
Good, mate.
I'm all good. Good to see you. Pat, good evening.
Yeah, mate. Happy well.
Ozzy.
Right.
Luke, Kelp.
Hello.
Hello.
Filming and driving can be safe.
No, I'm not driving.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Never make me watch Rainbow again, Martin. Section,
Oh my God.
I blame you as well.
I think you guys were deprived as children. You need some better shows.
No, I had Little
American
Britain
cartoon.
I had Little Britain and Come Fly With Me, so I was warped.
Missed out on some G.I. Joe, some Voltron, some Masters of the Universe.
Nah, Transformers.
Well, I had all them, but I also
Okay, good. I was forced to watch all that because I was the only girl growing up.
Yeah, from the cast, don't worry, I had it all.
But I just wanted to come on and say, can we all agree on Nunez now? And then
We've all agreed, mate. It's just Misery Guts just did a hit and run half an hour ago.
None of us have ever not agreed on Nunez.
He'll come good. I told you. Martin, I told you. Told you.
Told me.
Well, I kept saying it. You agreed. And I'm winning on that one.
Definitely, by the way, Sleeping Dragon, yes. Yeah.
What I seriously want to understand is, right, how Haaland can miss 2 headers that are more simple than the goal he scored. I will never understand that, man.
Well, the first one was a good save, Luke, so I'll give credit to the keeper that. But
100%. But like, still,
I guess he has to score those goals if the more straight up that keep getting saved.
The man is the freak. In the nicest way possible, he's a freak. But I just wanted to come on.
Martin, what was your angle on that goal? Because I remember when I first saw the replay, I was thinking like, Martin would have been in a good spot.
As soon as he did it, as soon as it went, I was up.
Yeah.
I had a great second half. It was all at my end. It was Luke who was all at my end second half. I loved it.
I had to keep zooming in my camera to get some videos, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, clean sheet, 5 goals, a worldie by Haaland. Yeah.
But I just thought I'd come on and say about the Nunes because I'm going to go now. So thank you ever so much for having me on. If you haven't already,
we're going to end now anyway.
Make sure you're subscribing to the Mancunian way, and if you haven't liked it already, you're childish. So like the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon.
Right, Carol. Ozzy, I know get over to City Luke TV. I know you need to shoot, mate. Thank you. Ozzy needs to go as well. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Ozzy.
You will indeed, Martin. Pat, see you tomorrow, and see you all guys.
Thanks, Ozzy. Yep, see you there.
Yeah. Before we do leave, I will just throw this up because I think it's quite important. And you haven't got long on this. This is an amazing prize. It is a little bit dearer, this one. But footballprizes.co.uk has come out for you again. Now, there is a competition that closed tonight at 7:30. The draw is tomorrow at 12 p.m. That is this Pep signed shirt. But what you have got is the chance. This came out tonight. It is a bit dearer. It's $9.95 a ticket. But for the first 12 hours, so you've still got about 8 hours to go, £7.96. So you get nearly £2 off, $1.99 off. There are only 65 tickets. That is it on this. You get to win 2 hospitality tickets to Manchester City versus Southampton live next Saturday. So go and see Toned and Luke Not In My Lifetime's team take on the Mighty Blues.
Cheers, Martin.
I'm joking. I've been winding them up because they're both Southern Softies. Southern Softies, they're a pair of them. But there's only 65 tickets, so you've got a mega chance of winning this. Really good chance. It ends on Friday, this Friday, literally a day and a half you've got. And the live draw is on this Friday at 8:30. So it ends at 7:30. The draw is 1 hour later at 8:30. And your chance to win hospitality for less than a tenner. It doesn't stop there. There are also instant win prizes, including the brand new Oasis tribute shirt delivered to you in a Oasis Liam Gallagher signed box as well, worth £125. And this is, but only do it if you can get to the Etihad this Saturday. It's only 48 hours. That is it. This is a very, very quick turnaround competition, but it is an absolute mega one from everyone at footballprizes.co.uk to get over there and show them a lot of love as well. Kelsey, where can everyone find you?
I'm at Kelkster04 on Twitter. I technically have a YouTube channel, but I don't do anything with it, so don't bother. Unless you like the TV show Survivor.
Good show, actually.
I doubt anybody does.
I personally think Pat would be great on that.
I heard the Australian version's like crazy.
On his own, I think he'd be great. But Alan, no, can you imagine Alan on Survivor? That'd be even great. That'd just be.
I would almost pay money to see that.
You don't mute Pat.
Also,
this island is shit. All the contestants are shit. The coconuts are shit. The voting is shit.
And then Nunes shows up on the island. What would happen then?
Can you imagine? I was looking.
I want off the island, so they come and get him off the island. The boat that got me is shit.
There you go. Hospitality is amazing. Good night, all great panel. We are back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Thursday night chat, where we are going to talk about Pep Guardiola's potential 10-year Manchester City plan. Very close to agreeing a new deal, verbally agreed, not signed, and we'll also talk Southampton, as well as I am going to talk about it. I wasn't going to do it as a subject, but I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Is Manchester City's football boring? Because it is a hot topic at the minute, and I'm going to talk about it. Because it really is out there in a minute, and I just maybe I need to get my head around stuff and figure it out. But what I want to say is a massive thank you, Luke. Not in my lifetime. Get over there. I am on there Tuesday night, I believe.
Correct. Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah,
6 p.m.
Get over there. Show him, Alex, everyone a lot of love. So yes, get over there. Show Luke a lot of love. Obviously, you know where Pat is. Rich should be back tomorrow.
I don't know where I am. God, what are you on about?
Someone's asking where you get your flags from, by the way, Pat, before you jump.
Oh, okay. It's a mate of a mate. It's a mutual friend up in Brisbane, Queensland. If anyone's interested, I don't know. I can give you the website for where they are if you want. But I mean, if you're not in Australia, then expect to probably pay some delivery costs. So, but if you are interested, let me know.
I approve, by the way. Best of the not in my lifetime at the top. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And also, we will have an update on Big Up. We are going to trial Big Up. We're going to start it. I don't know when I need to speak to him, but we are going to start doing analytical videos on Big Up. May even do 1 or 2 watch-alongs. We're going to test it, test the waters, see if you people want us to do it. It's your channel, your choice. We're just going to trial it, see how it goes for now. But give everyone at Big Up a lot of love as well. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. as Manchester City again prove the critics wrong by putting on a 5-star show against Sparta Prague. Our City go second or third, whatever it is in the Champions League table, and we are back to Premier League action on Saturday as the Saints come marching in and they go home with their tail between their legs. I will see you all on Twitter in about 5 minutes. Going to do a Twitter space. Come and join us, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Take care, all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.